can you believe that Tyga waved the white flag and basically said, hey, can we be friends again?
That's damn near what he said.
So we looked at, so for those who don't know, because we touched on it last time, T-Rell, his store, Sorella, a cement truck blasts into a fire hydrant outside their store. It blows water high into the air. We're watching it on her story. It seems like the water's leaking in a little bit, but you're thinking it's not that big a deal.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, the water starts collecting on the roof, and it fucking makes the roof collapse. All this shit gets wet as fuck. It trashes the whole fucking place. T-Rell and his girl decide that they need a little bit of help, so they fucking create a GoFundMe. And, you know, I go to check it the next morning after me and Lena donated, and it was AD donated. And then I go to check it, and I see...
You can see the people's names who done it?
And I'm sure...
Monte wasn't on there.
I'm sure that...
No high rollers.
You never even heard of it. He's finding out right now that this happened to T-Rell.
Shut the fuck up.
So I go to look at it, and I see a donation that towers above all the other donations. It's Tyga, the person that T-Rell has talked about at length on this podcast with all kinds of different people. People love to bring it up. People basically like goad. That's
a go-to.
That's a goad. They goad him. They basically like prompt him to say things about Tyga on all kinds of different levels. And what's crazy about it too is that the diligent fans noticed that Tyga still followed T-Rell, but T-Rell didn't follow Tyga.
It's on Instagram.
So I'm not sure. Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly what the terms were when they stopped fucking with each other. But when you see something like that, it makes you think, if they haven't been cool with each other for 5 fucking years, 6 years, however long they haven't been cool, that says a lot that Tyga's still following. That makes me think, oh, he's still down to be cool. Then we see that donation come in. And actually what's crazy is I messaged Tyga the night before on Instagram, and I think this was the 3rd time that I DM'd Tyga. I think I had one from
really thirsty.
I'm thirsty fuck. And after I got that game interview, but just DMing him, I'm Mr. DM man. I'm DMing everybody. I'm gonna DM people 10 times.
Closed mouth don't get fed, bro.
Closed mouth don't get fed. No homo. And so I fucking I DM'd Tyga in 2018, 2020, and then I DM'd him that night, and I said, bro, this would be a great time to do an interview. He responded. He said, I don't want to talk about this current shit, but when my album comes out, I'll do it. And then I fucking noticed, boom, that fucking donation the next morning. I'm like, wow.
You think you had a little something to do with that?
I don't know. It made me wonder if maybe Tyga looked at T-Rell's looked at my story and saw that.
T-Rell didn't believe that he did it.
On your stream,
we
right?
went 24 hours before we realized that we believed it. Because you had to ask him to confirm.
But bro, think about, like, come on, let's be honest with you.
T-Rell else thought it was a prank?
Who else would have sent $10,000?
I'm not going to say who T-Rell thought it was.
There's 2 people that T-Rell know.
He has a rich friend who actually, like, T-Rell thought maybe this is actually.
Yeah,
if you have 10 grand to prank somebody, my hat is off to you. That's a baller right there,
bro. That's why he kept saying he didn't do it. He didn't do it. I was like, how you know he didn't do it? And I said, I'm gonna hit him up and find out.
But also, I mean, that used to be Tyga's fucking store. It wouldn't surprise me at all if somebody told him, hey, look, your fucking old store flooded.
Nigga, as soon as I hit him, he told me he did it, and I just sent it to T-Rell. Said confirmed.
T-Rell cried, huh?
And he was like, man, so I gotta be nice. I gotta be
nice. They tapped
in, Grinch.
They tapped in the DMs. I think T-Rell reached out, but I'm not sure how far that conversation went.
I really want to know what the fuck
I don't think he wrote him back. That's what he said.
Tyga didn't write him back?
Originally, he thought Tyga didn't do it because Tyga didn't write him back.
You know what's crazy?
That's so fun. That's the baller part. Drop the bread and then just don't even say nothing.
But then the funny thing to me too is that meanwhile I'm watching Tyga's story and he's in Cannes. He's all over the world doing club appearances and all this. I just seen he commented like $250K for a T-Rell DJ set.
Shut the fuck up. Man, let me get behind the CDJs and learn how to get on.
Remember Paris Hilton was getting $1 million
per DJ set.
So why can't T-Rell get $250?
Wiz be doing it too. DJ Daddy Cat.
I don't understand the economics of that. How the fuck is the club making enough money to spend that much money on getting somebody?
Vegas clubs, they got it.
And you got to think about it too, like if
Calvin
Wiz
Harris,
Khalifa is DJing or Snoop Dogg is DJing,
it's a bigger draw.
People are gonna come to the club because they're gonna come see them perform or host or anything regardless.
It's funny that T-Rell just sent the Angela Yee link in the group chat. He doesn't realize that we're on camera talking about him right now, apparently. He's definitely not watching because he would already know that we know about that because we just talked about it.
Yeah, no, facts. I don't take T-Rell's
shout out to Tyga, man. That was dope as fuck.
That's fucking tight. And the fact that he didn't even respond.
Mind you, when I just seen Tyga, I told him, I'm like, nigga, come fuck with T-Rell. And he's like, I'm never going on no jumper. So he changed. He thought about it. He thought about it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyga, man.
How you feel about that?
Tyga, man. I mean, I'm just glad he came to his senses.
Because he DM'd you back and said,
well, he said he would do the interview. I guess he said he wouldn't do it previously. So I mean, that
but
would
the
be
fact
amazing.
that he can still look out for his homeboy and do that after this many years,
fire, bro.
That mean that nigga really love that nigga, man.
I know, right? That was a heartwarming tale.
That's like that's definitely him extending the olive branch. For sure.
All right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. We appreciate y'all.